Well, here we are with Redexim. I'm joined by Paul Langford at GrondsFest 24. Paul, good to see you again. It's kind of a couple of years you've been with the business now.
It has. It's been 2 years now, but it's been fabulous. Very quick, very fast paced, and literally every day something new with Redexim, which is really a good place to be.
Well, good as it is to catch up with you, we got something new here. Scarivator. Okay,
Yes.
I guess the clue's in the name.
It's a brand new concept developed by Redexim in conjunction with a designer, Carl Pass.
From Premier Pictures.
From Premier Pictures.
Yeah.
So originally it was developed purely as a contractor's tool, but as with everything, as it evolved, we realised that it's got so much more applications that it can be used for. It's unique in what it does, because if you think about a scarifier will pull up dead material, but it damages the soil and the turf at the same time. This is designed so that you can actually use this machine through season-long renovations, and it's going to gently get into the sward. It's going to lift the dead material and clean it so the plant stays healthy. And what you can do is, by setting the tines on the level of aggressiveness you want, you're breaking the decompaction, so that in that way, whether it's particularly on hybrid turf fields where they get very, very heavily compacted, you can actually get through it. You can break that compaction layer so that the players on the biometrics aren't suffering. It becomes a decent field to play on all the time rather than rock hard fields. And it's completely new, completely different. It works on the basis of having cross tines that will cross over each other. So it's a very gentle action. I like to think of it more of a precision renovator,
Right.
rather than a blunt instrument. And because you've got no rotary action, you're not in any danger of ripping anything out, whether it's plants, whether it's filaments from semi-synthetics or carpet-based hybrids. So it is really something unique on the market. It's only launched last week, as I said, and this is the first time anyone's seen it, and we launched it here at GrondsFest.
So that's obviously a big thing for you. I think you were telling me earlier you checked the paint was still, it was actually dry when you looked at it.
I did have to make sure that the paint was dry because of when we got it.
Okay. So you mentioned hybrid surfaces. I mean, it's not exclusively about hybrid surfaces. It's got other applications, I assume. Yeah?
Absolutely. For the cricket market, I think this is a really good opportunity. I think that for general sports, whether it be football pitches, rugby pitches, fairways, this is a really good tool for keeping everything healthy. And you can't go out with a scarifier very often. With something like this, because of the nature it is a precision machine, you can actually use this literally through the whole season.
Right.
And it will keep your grass healthy. It will help clean it out, but also it promotes good plant growth. And unfortunately, with the weather we've had over the last couple of seasons, a lot of the pitches, like the fairways now, the plants are quite weak and they need that regular help just to keep them healthy. And of course, what it does do is that by running Scarivator, it sets it up perfectly then for overseeding.
Okay. So, would you make any claims about it might take inputs to a lower level, and you'd save money on other, chemicals, fertilizers, or maybe even kind of health-related products?
I think any device we've got where we can clean the sward and we can stand the grass up is always going to keep the plant healthier, so it's going to cut down on your chemical agents you're going to have to use.
Yeah.
And definitely with this kind of machine, the more you use it, the better result you get on your fairways and your pitches. In particular with hybrids, where you come to do a year-end renovation and you use, for instance, the turf stripper over there to take off the whole root zone. If you're using a Scarivator regularly through the season, you can get to the end of the season and not have to rip out the root zone, because it'll be clean enough that you can actually overseed instead.
Wow. Okay.
So that's a significant cost saving.
Absolutely.
So this to me is an investment in time that's going to give you a really big result at the end of it.
Okay. So relatively quick payback, but for what sort of investment?
One of these will be sub £20,000.
Oh, okay.
So it's a lot of bang for the buck.
Yeah, that actually surprised me, to be honest. Yeah.
And also the other thing with this is that because the tractor platforms have got much smaller now, the amount of horsepower that's available to us is much smaller.
Yep.
This is designed to work on a very, very low horsepower tractor. So basically, if you can lift it, you can use it. And it's a low lift weight as well. So from a small 30 horsepower tractor, you can run a Scarivator.
Okay. And are you looking to replace any of the existing kit in the range, or is it an addition?
It's an addition because it's very unique in what it does.
Yep.
There's nothing else really like it that we've ever seen. So it is literally a new addition. And I think it complements what we already do with the turf strippers. It's that natural partner to it. But I think because of the nature of it, it's got a lot of scope to be used across all the different playing platforms.
Well, always good to catch up with you.
And you.
See you again soon.
Absolutely.
It'll be 3 years then, I guess. Won't it?
It will be indeed.